Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Sasha and this is my week 5 and 6 pregnancy bump date after loss. And I know you're like, why are we combining 5 and 6? Well, I've been watching some other YouTube vlogs about pregnancy, and it makes sense that the week you turn would be the week that you talk about. My last pregnancy was my daughter Shalaya. I was going the whole week and then giving you a recap of what happened in the week, and it kind of gets sticky at the end, so you don't really know how you did that week because I didn't record. So new formats on the days that I turn another week, which is on Thursday. I will be letting you know what's coming up in that upcoming week and all the developments that is going on. So for week 5, baby was the size of a peppercorn. So if you have the pepper where you turn it, peppercorn is that size, so it's super tiny. But week 6, which is what I will be tomorrow, because today I'm currently 5 weeks and 6 days, baby is the size of a blueberry. Not the big one, not the small one, but the one right in between. So that is so exciting. And baby is now considered a zygote. So look at that. All the scientific developments are going on and baby is growing. And can I just say that I am so thankful to still be pregnant. I know like some people, they're excited about pregnancy, but I'm just so thankful and blessed to still say that I am still carrying this baby, because after a loss, like every day truly is a milestone in my book. So I'm going to jump right in. Some things that are going on physically, internally, is that hormones are still on the higher level, which I can feel it. Making this video right now, even with these lights on me, because shout, if y'all can see how I do my lighting, Walmart is a great tip. Are making me super hot. So like it's easily in the 30s outside. I'm telling you right now, by the time I get in my car and go to my meeting later, I will have the windows cracked and the heat off, and I will be hot. It's like I'm having hot flashes for real. Also, my out of breathness has gotten better, but I am still super tired. So the fatigue is scheduled to increase. They say that if you're going to have nauseousness, it's going to like really kick in, but knock on wood, I'm not really experiencing nauseousness. I experienced a little bit in week 5, and so far I've not experienced any. So I guess I'm playing it by ear. My last pregnancy, my nauseousness really didn't kick in until about week 7. It was just, so that's what's going on in terms of internally and physically. Hopefully things will level out within the next few weeks and baby will continue to develop. But right now, baby looks like a tadpole. So it's got a little tail and all the rest of that stuff. So that's what's going on there. Next up is emotions. Okay, so as I have mentioned, if you never watched the video before, I had a full-term stillbirth in October of 2015, so last year. And emotionally, this last week, it's been up and down. I have moments where I just break down and cry when I think about certain things, or if I forget certain things, or I documented my pregnancy last time, but not to the extent that I'm documenting it this time. Like I recorded when I found out I was pregnant. I recorded telling my husband. I recorded the doctor confirming the blood test. I'm like recording everything. And I think it's just heightened emotions because, again, I don't know how long I'll be pregnant. In theory, I would hope that I'll be pregnant the whole entire time again. And this time my child will, come home with me alive and I'll get to watch him or her grow and all the rest of that stuff. But emotionally, I also know that that is not always the case. And so sometimes my emotions are great, and sometimes it just is just very emotional for me, and we're not telling anyone. So we're keeping a lot of this information to ourselves, and it's just difficult because we don't know. We're not God. We cannot control what the outcome is. We're just hopeful. So that's what's going on. And sorry if you see me, I'm in my favorite thing, my journal. I wrote down like my layout and what I want going on in each of my videos, so I have a format. I'm not just sitting here rambling on to y'all and you're like, what is she talking about? I don't know sometimes. So I write things down so that I know what's going on. Some other things, because I took some additional notes. I still go to grief counseling. I will go to grief counseling this entire pregnancy. That will not waver, but some things that are going on with me, some of my symptoms are acne. So I'm going to scoot in, so hopefully, brace yourself. So I still got a little bit right there, and I had breakouts all down here. I had like 6 breakouts overnight where just like puff rose up and you can see the white head coming to a head, and I did my oatmeal mask and whatnot that I had showed like in a previous video where I did like I think like a mommy to be haul or something to that effect, something like that. I'll link it down below, but yeah, so I do masks and things like that to keep my skin, relaxed and whatnot, because I haven't had acne in a while, like since like the last 6-7 months. And then all of a sudden, like, I get acne. I'm not trying to give myself away, but acne is definitely a symptom. I already had a slight hormone imbalance, but I know with being pregnant, my hormones will just go zoop. And so, like, acne has definitely been coming, and I've been trying to combat it. Not really wearing too much makeup. So when, making videos, because I want to try to look cute. And when I go to work, but I'm on spring break this week. Fatigue has been something. It has been something, okay? I've been sleeping between 9 and 11 hours every night. And if I don't get that much, like let's say I sleep 7, I end up taking like a 2-hour nap. I get tired. And because it's April, April showers bring me flowers. Well, the showers are making me go to sleep even more. Right now it's raining, and I'm sitting over there looking at the bed like, oh, I just want to get in it and just fall asleep watching some YouTube or Netflix. And then I'll wake up and like my whole day will be gone. So I really have to struggle with not letting my fatigue overtake me, because I'm really comfortable this week. I don't have to go to work, but next week, I got to go back and make that money. And yeah, fatigue is just something that I am working with, and it's working with me. And I try not to sleep too long, and then I'll like get up and I'll do something or do some editing or do some things on the computer, something to not focus on that I'm that sleepy and I could just stay in the bed all day. Bloating and gas. This might be a little TMI, but when I tell you like the scale is shooting up, I don't know if the scale is shooting up because I was on the full out vegan, no meat. My iron got low, which I explained in the last video, and I'll talk about my appointments. But one thing I want to ask my doctor is about iron, because like when I'm going, I can do breakfast and lunch. I can go to about 5 o'clock with no meat whatsoever. Then I am sick as a dog. I feel like I'm going to collapse in the house or wherever I'm at. I literally need some kind of meat. The vegan meats or the beans and stuff are just not cutting it. And I know when I was pregnant with Shalaya, I ate meat more than I ate anything else. Yes, I would still have my fruit and my vegetables, which I'm still doing now. But like the bulk of my cravings, the bulk of what I needed throughout the pregnancy was protein. So I don't know. I don't know if it's in my head. I don't know what it is. I know that like the lightheadedness and everything dissipates once I have meat in my system. Once I've eaten and I've sat down a little bit and I've gotten that meat in my system. And it's a struggle because I'm still trying to transition. I'm still hoping by the end of this year that I will have transitioned to a vegan, but I don't know how realistic that is, because I've never been transitioning to anything while pregnant. And so I'm going to consult with my doctor. My feet have also been really cold. Like, I turn on the heated blanket, and even though I'll start like sweating and then I'll kick the blanket off, I'll keep it on my feet because my feet get cold all the time. And I'm wearing like closed-toe shoes, and it could be 60 degrees outside and my feet are still feeling cold. So I know that that's a sign of pregnancy, that people have cold feet and different things like that. But it's just like, oh, babe, can you rub my feet because they're cold? And I mentioned before the hot flashes. So in terms of appointments, I will have my initial appointment this coming Friday, which is April the 8th, which is my sister's birthday. But by the time this is posted, she will already have turned her dirty 30. But hey, Sade, happy birthday. So let me tell you about when I found out that I was pregnant, which has already been uploaded. But when I talked to the nurse, they were like, well, you have to do your initial appointment. And they had told me to do it at 10 weeks, but it's at 10:30. And I'm a teacher. I've talked about that before. And my half days, if I do morning, then I have to be back by 11:25, or if I'm doing a half day in the afternoon, I'll leave at 11:25. And so the appointment time that the receptionist was telling me was at 10:30. And that would work if I don't have a half an hour commute from where I live to where my work is. They're in a different county, and I have to take the bypass to get there. And it was just really frustrating me because her tone was just kind of rude. And I was like, well, I really can't do that. I'm not telling my job, or, and, can't you see my chart? I had to ask her that. I was like, can't you see my chart? Like, in my mind, as soon as my name pops up, as soon as they see Sasha, stillbirth should be somewhere on a red alert. Like at the school, if there's somebody who's restricted to see a student, it pops up immediately. I know that they're restricted. I know, check that immediately. Or if they have a medical alert or any of those type of things. So at the doctor's office, that's my frame of mind, that it would be stillbirth, stillbirth, stillbirth. That's why she's saying she's not telling her job. And so they were like, oh, well, we want you to come in May 5th. I was like, well, I can't do that because I'm not taking a whole day off of work, because the exam itself is an hour. Well, if they only do it at 10:30. So 10:30, 11:30, I have to be back at 11:25. Plus, I still have a half an hour commute. Can't roll in there at 1 o'clock. And then if I take a whole day for no reason, that's also suspicious. Like, it just stressed me out. My anxiety went through the roof. And I know it was silly. And I was like, I'm changing doctors. And my husband's like, whoa, can you calm down? And I'm like, no, because I don't understand. I don't want it to be the same way. And then I started crying. That's when that emotion part came in. And it was just a mess. It was a mess, people. But she was like, well, do you want to make an appointment? I said, well, I'm not going to make an appointment until June. She'll be like, well, you'll be in your second trimester. I said, well, I'll just wait until then, because I'm not telling my job. And it's not that the people in my job were not understanding. They were. It's just, this is so sensitive for me. We told people very early last time, and I'm super excited about this baby. Don't get me wrong. But there was also people who didn't handle it well. And I'm trying to focus on my emotions. So I can't deal with other people's emotions and their feelings on what I should be doing and how I should be doing. That's just too much anxiety for me. That's just way, way, way too much. So I personally chose not to tell my job. Now, my husband's job, oh my God, they were just the best. It was like angels, like wonderful. So they know, because his job is a little bit different. His hours change on a daily basis. And so they know, so that they can be flexible with his schedule when he takes off from work, versus me. I can just put in and I don't have to tell anybody anything, but I'm going to the doctor. So that's been one thing. So anyway, don't want to ramble because this video is already getting long. I called the doctor. Well, no, the doctor called me back. And I looked at them and I was like, I'm not picking up. But they called me back and they said that they had spoke with the doctor and he kind of changed his mind. And since they know I'm on spring break, they want to get me in this Friday, which is great. Because all it is just an initial check. It's kind of like another pap smear. They check your cervix. They check for cultures and make sure you don't have anything that's going on, no UTIs or anything like that, and see if you don't need any antibiotics and all that other stuff that you do in your initial checkup when you find out that you're pregnant. And then after that, you can schedule an appointment with your doctor, which will be great because I can do 3:30 or 4 o'clock appointments, no problems, and I don't have to notify my job or take off from work. And so it just worked out. But like emotionally, it just, a lot of the questions just came to surface. And so I really need to have a heart-to-heart with my OB this Friday, and my husband will be able to come and we'll be able to just ask. And I know that he's a human being and there's no way he can be like, nothing wrong is going to happen in this pregnancy. That's false. That would be a lie. That's not even fair to ask them. But I just want him to understand that I'm not the same person as I was when he first met me. When I first was in his office, it was back in 2011. It was 5 years ago. I was a lot younger. A lot of the innocence and things that I had when I walked in the office has changed. It's been a lot of death. I've lost my mother. I've lost my daughter. It's been a lot more strenuous. So for me, I just need you to understand that I might flip out. Like I might have anxiety. The last time I was in his doctor's office, I went into a spiral of depression for over 2 weeks and I was barely getting up and I was barely eating. Like I need him to understand that I have triggers, and yes, you might get tired of answering the same question, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop asking it. So that's really pretty much what's going on. So you'll hear about that in the next video, which will come up right after this, because when you're getting this, it'll be further along in my pregnancy. But hey, I'm still recording and letting you know what's going on. I did want to show you 2 things before this video gets to the 20-minute mark, because you probably will stop watching it. But I got 2 books, and I think I got one from TJ Maxx and I got one from Ross, and they're my 2 favorite stores for baby books, and they're Christian based. So if you're not like really into talking about a higher power, things like that, I thank you for watching. But these 2 baby buys that I want to show you were these 2 books. One is called Thank You, Lord, for Everything, and I absolutely love the book. It is wonderful. It's just the cutest little book, and I've been reading it to my bump every day. Or when I alternate between the other books, because I have like 3 spiritual ones. And then my other book that I got, and sorry, that one was $3.99. And then this book I got at TJ Maxx, and this was $2.99, and it's called My Very First Prayer. And it kind of just teaches you how to pray and like anything as a prayer. And it's just really cute, and it's also nice. Big pictures and big wording, and it's just, I love the imagery in the book, and it's just super cute and festive, and I think will really just keep a child's attention. And I loved reading. I read with Shalaya and reading with this baby as well. So I'll probably like throw in a couple baby buys here and there. May not be every week because we already have a fully stocked nursery, and I will be changing the nursery. It'll have some of the things from Shalaya, but I'm going to modify it to have a different feel and vibe, and I'm going to be doing a lot of DIY, so you will definitely be seeing those as well. But before I leave, I want to show you my bump or lack thereof. So let me change this camera. So here's the front. And like I said, I've gained some weight. And here's the side. Here's the side. It's still super flat. You can't tell anything. It's not really anything there. I'm just a big chick. So I thank you for watching this super long vlog. Please don't be mad. I just wanted to let you know what was going on. And I thank you so much for watching and going on this journey yet again with me. Some of you have been with me from the very beginning up until this point. Some of you are coming along for the ride, and so I thank you. Please subscribe and like the video, and I will see you in the next one. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye. And so they're just dividing and dividing to develop to what will be in a couple weeks the fetus. So that's pretty exciting.